Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, at the recent James DeGale versus James DeGale Badu Jack, kind of co-featured. James DeGale fought Rogelio Medina. Badu Jack fought Lucien Bute. Floyd Mayweather and Eddie Hearn ran into each other, and there's been a lot of rumors thrown out there for the last couple of weeks that Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Sports and Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions, obviously, they are going to, they're talking about having a TMT, a money team versus, Matchroom Boxing card, and that's a good concept. To be honest, I'm not really a huge fan of the TMT roster, and Matchroom has some good fighters outside of obviously Anthony Joshua and Kell Brook, but regardless of what the matchups are, I think this is good for boxing simply because promoters, especially like Top Rank, Al Heyman, sometimes we have these issues with promoters and we don't get to see the best fights we want to see. So with Eddie Hearn and Mayweather potentially working together, I think that can open the door for a lot of things in boxing, a lot of positive things in boxing. So I'm looking at this with the glass half full. I'm hoping these fights, they fall through on this idea and make some good fights happen, make some good cards happen. I will say there's an article on boxing.com. I saw something I didn't like, and I think basically it said that if Ricky Burns is able to win a world title in his fight coming up this month, that Ashley Theophane will get another shot at the title. I don't think Ashley Theophane should get another shot at any title, to be honest with you. He's a C-class fighter, an ESPN level fighter, hasn't really beat anybody, has lost all of his step-up fights. He does not deserve a title shot. That's just my 2 cents. But anyway, I'm going to get into what's in this article. There's a quote from Eddie Hearn about what happened, what took place between his dialogue with Floyd Mayweather about this idea. So here's what he said. I quote, "I managed to speak to Floyd and Leonard Ellaby, and I'm excited. We discussed James DeGale and also how to best work together in matching our fighters. We're going to do something in September. Where we're looking at doing is a Floyd Mayweather team versus a Matchroom team in a 5 or 6 man tournament in one night. They've got a whole list of guys in many different weights. The obvious ones are people like Jalen Love against Rocky Fielding at super middleweight, but then you have got people like Ashley Theophane, who could get a fight with Ricky Burns if he wins the world title. Then at 135 pounds, Mayweather's fighter Mickey Bay is fighting for the IBF title against Rancis Bartholomew in June. Shout out to Rancis Bartholomew. If he wins that, then we can look at him fighting Anthony Corolla or one of the other lightweights like Luke Campbell for the world title. There are loads of different fights at different levels, and I'm excited that, and they are too. I think they think it will be a lot of fun, but it's just about getting the right format and date right. Once that's sorted out, you will see the venture coming in the autumn. It will take place in England, but it's just a case of where. Obviously, some of the guys are from Liverpool, some are from London, but Floyd will be over, of course, and we will hope for some decent build-up shows for that too. We're looking at having a big cash bonus for the team winners, either the Matchroom or the money team, which will be split between the fighters. It will be a nice team environment going into the fights, and I think it will be fun. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Now, obviously, like I said, Mayweather Promotions, TMT doesn't have a great stable of fighters. I mean, really, it's just like Badu Jack, and that's really it. Badu Jack's really the only guy. Badu Jack, K.O. Bellows. They don't have anybody that really just screams. There's no A-level fighters really on Mayweather Promotions, but they got some decent fighters. But regardless of the matchups, I think the concept is good because a lot of boxing fans like myself want to see more things of a Super 6 of that nature. We want to see more promoters working with each other because that's how we get the best fights. One fight that I want to see, but I know I probably won't ever get to see, is Terrence Crawford versus Danny Garcia. But to me, at 147, that's a great fight. Danny Garcia and Terrence Crawford had a little rivalry in the amateurs, and shout out to my boy Paul. Danny Garcia is his favorite fighter. Terrence Crawford is one of my favorite fighters. So that'd be a good fight I've always wanted to see, but it would probably never happen. Mm-hmm. So the fact that ideas like this are being thrown around, tournaments, cash prizes for the team, for the stable of fighters that wins more fights in that night, I like that idea, and I think there should be more of that in boxing. So I'm not opposed to this idea. I would like to see the matchups. That'll be interesting to see, but it is what it is. I'm looking very forward to seeing what happens in the latter part of this year, as Eddie Hearn and Floyd Mayweather iron out the details of their potential partnership. So that's the news. Floyd Mayweather and Eddie Hearn discussing doing a whole TMT versus Matchroom card in one night, 6-fight tournaments and all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think about this idea. Is it good for boxing, bad for boxing? Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.